Hello! Today I was thinking about make a resin toy. I've been doing all these vinyl toys, but I was thinking about the possibility to show you how to make a vinyl toy. I'm going to make another video about the design, but right now I want to show you how to create your resin toy. Let's begin with this demonstration. When I'm printing my toys, I'm using software that came with the 3D printer. The toy that I'm going to print today is a toy that is going to be a vinyl toy in the end. So this is a 3D print for the prototype that is going to be a vinyl toy in the future. When I get someone to make the 3D model, I ask this person to separate the different parts of the toy. So for example, if you have this toy, you have the hands, arms, and you have the body that moves, and you have the legs. When you design a toy, you are going to think about how many parts your toy is going to have. So when you have all the parts, open it on this program in Shitubox. I usually try to put the part in the best way possible for the print. And the best way possible for the printing is a way when you don't produce any island. And what is an island? An island is just a part of the printing that prints separate from the main model. So for example, if you draw this line here, this bar here to the right, you're going to see how this model is going to print in the real printer. So first, the printer is going to print the base, and then it's going to add a few layers on top of it. And then it's going to create first the base and the support, and somewhere is going to begin creating the figure in the supports. So as you see, the toy is printing, and is going to create all the toy until everything is printed. What is an island again? If you see the top view of the toy, some of this blue part begins to create outside the support by itself. That thing is an island. If you see every part of the piece, all is printed on top of itself until you came to the end, and this is the end product. If you see islands, then your print is going to fail. So the thing that you need to do the first thing is to move around your part and see if all the toy is printed on top of itself. Everything from the lowest part to the highest part. To create the supports, you need a very good base, because this base is what is going to support the toy. In my specifications here on the right, I'm not sure if you can see them, I have on the bottom of the toy, I have something that is called skate. This is a form that is this kind of form here, that it helps me lifting the toy from the platform when it's printed. So I have this kind of settings. I think they are the normal settings here, nothing very abnormal, something like that. It's worked very well, and works always with the medium setting here, with the medium support, and it's working perfectly. So you can see, you can pause, and you can see what kind of settings do I have in the bottom part, in the top, in the middle, and the raft. The raft is just the bottom place, the platform. My toy, this piece here, is not hollow, and that means that it's going to weigh a lot. On the other hand, if you do a hollow piece, then it's not going to wait a lot. So you can choose what kind of settings do you want and where to put the support. But I usually put the support, I situate the part in the best possible position. Then I usually put the support in the base of the toy and then in the back of the toy. Because you will always see the front part of the toy, so it's better that if you see some kind of connections points happens in the back of the toy and not on the front of the toy, so we can still have some kind of detail there in the toy. In this program, in Shittobox, you see that there is some kind of red things. At these red points, these things means where the best places to put the support. One thing that I can say to you is that you should think about where the weight of the toy is. In my case, the weight of the support is in the back head because it's going to print upside down, going to have a lot of weight here. So I put the support in this part, in this back part here. So my supports are in the base and here in the back. And then when I slide it, you can see that, well, everything is printing perfectly. Everything is constructed virtually perfectly. So this thing is possibly going to get a successful print. Now that you see how I do preparing these toys for the printing, I want to show you what kind of resin do I use, what kind of machine do I use, and what kind of tools do I use to print this toy. So let's see it. Right, these are the two machines that I'm using to print and to wash the toys that I print, the 3D, the resin printed. Right now I'm printing in my Elegoo Marsh, that one, the red one. I'm printing a toy and it seems that it's working perfectly. I should talk a little bit about this machine. This machine is a Elegoo Marsh 2 Pro. It's 2 years old, but it still works perfectly. I love this machine because it's helping me create the prototypes that I want, and I have ever had a problem. So it works perfectly. You can clean the tank, you can play a little bit with the settings, and then only connect a USB like this one, and then share your print with the machine, and now it's printing like this one. The other machine that I have here, if you see it, this one is this an Elegoo Mercury Plus, and it's a wash machine, but also has this UV curated thing with the lamps that curate the resin toy. As soon as the printing is done, I take everything from the platform, I separate, I clean it, and I put it in this machine. And well, I usually put around 2 minutes rotating with the UV. I don't use this machine to wash it. I do it everything by hand. I wash it in isopropanol. I will show you a little bit about the tools and materials I'm using. Be careful with the time because you can break the resin there inside this UV chamber. So the resin that I'm using right now is this Elegoo resin, the gray one. It works perfectly for everything that I've been doing. This is my last bottle. I should buy more bottles, but I usually have a few of them. I also have another kind of resin. This is the clear resin. This is the alcohol I'm using for cleaning. This normal isopropanol alcohol. I have a few bottles. This is, I think, is 1 liter. This is the one I'm using to cleaning the toys before putting in this Elegoo Mercury UV chamber. Another thing that I use is this tool. Here I put the alcohol inside and then put a piece on this bottle and clean it by hand before to put it in the UV chamber. And then I use this spatula, plast, very simple one. You don't need a lot of things. And then you need this cup here just to filtrate the resin that is left on the tank, put it again on the bottle. So those are all the tools and the machines I'm using to make this toy. I can show you a result of one print, so you can see how good this machine is, and then we can continue to talk a little bit more. Well, I have in my hands right now the results of the print that I showed you before in the computer, and is this head. This is the head, is untouched. I didn't do anything at all. I didn't sand it. I didn't transform it in any way. But as you see, the quality is incredible. There is a little bit of a problem, but I think the problem is not a big one, and is this dent mark that is in the chin of the toy, and these peeling marks too. I think this thing was made when I tried to separate or moving the toy from one part to another. I don't remember why, but I think I caused this thing, not the printer. But I don't have any problem with this kind of things, because this is a very easy part to sand. I will put a little bit of epoxy here, and then I will sand this part. Sand to a little bit the eyes here, and then the quality is incredible when I sand these things. But I don't have any problems, because the surface is it's a very good surface. And then when I make the prototyping wax of this toy, it doesn't matter too much, because all these things are going to disappear in the prototype. So this is the process to make a resin toy. I'm preparing a new video, remade one of the first videos I made in this channel about making toys, about making art toys. And then I'm going to show you how to think, how to design the toy so that it works with the resin printer, and that it works with a vinyl toy before you send it to the manufacturing process. So I hope you like this video. Please tell me what you think here in the comments. Talk about the process, ask questions if you have. I will try to answer all the questions. And then subscribe, of course. Visit the website if you like my toys, please. There you have a lot of one-offs and limited toys that you can acquire. You can buy if you want to support this channel. So thank you very much. I see you in the next video. Bye.